Hello YouTube and welcome to Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. We have a great episode today. I am doing a sheet pan dinner and everything's just going onto the sheet pan and into the oven. So we are doing a butternut squash and some stuffed sausages. I had gotten these sausages at Publix the other night. They had them on sale. I have spinach and feta stuffed sausage and apple and Gouda stuffed sausage. So I have company staying with me tonight, so I thought that would be a great dinner for us. I love butternut squash, but one squash always makes way too much for one person, so I decided that would be something really good that we could have for our dinner tonight. So I actually microwaved my squash for about 3 minutes. I just stuck the entire squash into the microwave for 3 minutes, and now I'm just letting it sit for a couple minutes. That way when I go to cut it, it will cut so much easier. The knife will just slide right through the squash and the seeds clean out a lot better. And from that point on, we're just going to season it with some salt and pepper. Just a little tiny pat of butter in the middle of each one, and it will go into the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. I will pull the squash out and add the sausage to the tray, and I will put everything back in uncovered for another 30 minutes so that the squash can finish browning off and the sausage can cook. So that's all there is going to be to fixing supper tonight. So it's going to be a quick, easy supper, and one that I'm going to be excited to try. I've had the spinach and feta sausage, but I've not had the apple and Gouda sausage, so I'm excited to try that. So with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, check to make sure that you're still subscribed, because YouTube sometimes unsubscribes people and then you stop getting notified when new videos come out. So just make sure that you're still subscribed. And as always, leave your prayer requests down below so that we can be in prayer for each other. I love how this community prays for each other, and it warms my heart to see how much we all care for each other. So with that, let's get into the kitchen and let's get cooking. Alright, we are in the kitchen, and now we're just gonna wrestle with the squash to get our squash cut open. Hopefully the microwave did its trick and I'll be able to just slide my knife right through the squash. Squash is one of those things that is really hard to get cut open. So you can see this is actually going pretty well here. The hardest thing, of course, is down here at the stem. So we're just gonna saw through that stem and get that cut open. And I'm just going to turn this around now so I can get this in. And you can see microwaving it for just those 3 minutes is how I microwaved it, and then I let it sit. And you can see that it is going a lot better. It's actually cutting through pretty good. So I'm just going to follow my line here and get this cut open here. It's still firm enough that it's giving us a little bit of resistance, but all in all, it's actually going pretty well. Squash is one of those things that can really hurt my neck to get cut open, but there you can see we have our beautiful squash that actually was not too terribly difficult to get open. So now we're just going to scrape out the seeds. I just have a hole here that the seeds are going in. Now, if you were of a mind to, you could actually dry these seeds out and roast them to eat later. I'm not really into roasted pumpkin seeds, so I'm just going to discard my seeds. But you just want to scrape your cavity out here, and you can see I've got that pretty well scraped out, and that's going onto a foil lined sprayed cookie sheet. And that's just to make cleanup a little bit easier. So after all, we don't want to spend hours scrubbing a cookie sheet after a good meal. So this way you can just peel the foil off and you are good to go. And if you wanted, you could even wash and reuse the foil. So that is totally acceptable to do as well. And here we have our second squash all done. That took very little time. That trick of microwaving is genius because it can take a lot of muscle work to get squash cut open. 3 minutes in the microwave, let it sit for about 5 minutes and you will be good to go. So now we're keeping this very simple. We are going to do just a little salt, and I'm not using much at all, just a little. Maybe a half a teaspoon, if even that, and a little pepper. And this is totally optional. You don't have to do that. I just like a little salt and pepper on my squash. And my hands quick wash. That is about it for that. I have some butter here, and I'm going to put just a little tiny pat of butter inside each cavity. It's not going to be much at all. So you can see here just a little bit. And our squash, just like that, is ready for the oven. How easy was that? So we're simply going to take a piece of foil and tent the squash. So it's just going to go around, and you can see I'm not really doing it tight. I'm just kind of covering it a little bit. So this is going to go into the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and then I will pull it out and bring you back for the next step, which is simply going to be laying the sausage on the tray next to the squash. So I will bring you back in just a little bit. All right, we are back. The squash has been in for about 30 minutes, so now we're just going to uncover it. It looks beautiful. So now I have my sausage here. This is the apple with Gouda cheese. So I am just going to cut this open, and we're just going to lay it right onto our cookie sheet. Now my cookie sheet was sprayed with some olive oil spray, and that's really all there is to sheet pan dinners. The hardest thing is getting the package open. So I'm just going to lay our sausage on the tray, and this is the spinach with feta sausage. So we're just gonna lay that on the tray, and then I will put the tray back into the oven uncovered for another 30 minutes, and by then the sausage will be cooked and our squash will be done. So I will bring you guys back in another 30 minutes. All right, we are back. Look at that beautiful tray of food. I did finish the squash in the microwave for a few minutes, but it looks so good. So we are ready to eat. So let's get this plated up. I will spin you around and we will give this a taste. So the squash is so good. Deserves another happy dance. Woo! All right, my phone turned off on me. But I don't even care because this is such a good meal. I'm going to go put my feet up and enjoy my squash and sausage. So that concludes this edition of Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Thank you so much for spending time in my kitchen. Y'all need to try the sheet pan dinner. It is so good. It was so easy, and there's no cleanup because all we have to do is peel the foil off and throw the foil away. So no cleanup, easy meal, 2 thumbs up. So give this dinner a try. You will not be disappointed. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what your favorite sheet pan meals are. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye.